Okay, well, hello everybody. Today I'm hosting MA session with Andrei from Vemate, who's he's the CEO of this project. How you doing, Andrei?
Hi, Alex. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me here. I was keen to come in and start talking about the project a little bit.
All right, that's great. So, guys, I will just tell you like briefly about how the whole MA session is gonna be coming up. So, during the session, I will ask Andrei different questions about VMate, about the project, about his team, his community, any giveaways, or all what is related to VMate is gonna be asked. So, we gonna be having in the end of our stream. Really bright, great vision of what VMate is all about. And also, if you're gonna check Gate Live Twitter, we are running a giveaway there. So check the post of Gate Live Twitter, and you might just be the lucky one who can win some sweet rewards. So, Andrei, shall we start?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's go. I think one of the most popular question is because for me it's always come up when I see something new, and now I see vmate and I'm wondering, I know what mate is, but I have no idea what's the vmate is all about. Like, how did you come up with that name? Like,
So the name came from the fact that we are very passionate about this other big, huge project called Vivi. They are built by a company based in Singapore called Ecomi, and Vivi is a marketplace for NFTs, but not any normal NFTs that anybody can mint. These are premium licensed NFTs. So you see stuff like Iron Man, Thor, so Disney stuff, Coca-Cola, James Bond, Back to the Future. So lots of very big names in the industry. They have contracts to sell NFTs with a license from these big companies. And
cool.
because we were passionate about it, we decided to take the V from VV and say it's VMate, kind of like your companion app for VV trading, if you will.
That's great. That's great. Makes sense now. Okay. The next question. So, can you tell me about, not me, us, like, I mean, whoever is
Yeah,
watching us, about your background and how are you supporting this project?
of course. I have over 12 years of business experience. I run two other businesses myself, real regular businesses in the real world, not online businesses like crypto businesses. One is a traditional marketing agency, and the other one is an IT development company that specializes in tech automation and more recently blockchain development as well. And I am supporting this project using my expertise and resources acquired through the other companies. Up to the date, I have invested $800,000 into this project.
Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, what are the main challenges for VMate are you facing nowadays?
Well, I think the challenges that VMate is facing are the same ones that the whole industry is facing at the moment, which is the bear market and the lack of trust, the lack of confidence in what is going on. So these are, regular challenges that everybody else experiences. But on top of that, there are other issues such as regulatory challenges, competition challenges. For example, to give you an example, Apple changed its rules around how mobile apps and crypto and NFT apps can operate on the 24th of October. So just as we were launching and we wanted to roll out some utility, Apple forced us to push our timeline back by a few weeks because we had to change things around so we can accommodate. So you will always have to navigate these sort of guidelines slash regulatory challenges that keep popping up. And But we are very dynamic that way, and we can move very fast and try to address them really quickly.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, it's always not great like when you're about to implement or do the announcements,
Exactly.
make the project live, and then like the huge corporations. just saying, "Oh no, sorry guys, you have to change something," and you're like,
That's
"Oh
right.
my god, we've been working for that for years, and now you postponing it."
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Can you briefly describe what this project is about?
Of course, I'd be happy to help. It's actually a very simple concept. A lot of people believe that we are a traditional NFT project, but it's not true. We are not an NFT project. We are a hybrid crypto NFT project. It's something completely new and groundbreaking. And because of how complex our project is, for some people to understand at first, we have broken it down into two phases. We have the first phase, which is this Vmate app. And To explain what this is, I'm going to make some analogies. I'm quite certain that all of you know what of PooCoin, Dex tools or TradingView,
Okay.
these apps. In essence, Vmate is for VV users what PooCoin and Dex tools is for PancakeSwap or Uniswap.
Mm-hmm.
But first, obviously, you need to understand what VV is. I've touched briefly upon it a little bit earlier, but I need to give you a bit more detail. So, VV is a marketplace, an NFT marketplace made by Ecomi, which is a $3.77 billion project at ATH, which has partnerships with companies like I said earlier, Marvel, Disney. Um, you know, they've got Batman, Superman. So
Mm-hmm.
these are all DC franchises, but also big brands like Coca-Cola, like I was saying earlier, Kellogg's, and all sorts to sell those NFTs. They have around 700,000 active users in the bear market,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, it's quite big, and this is now in the bear market. They used to have a lot more, but it's gone down obviously because of the market conditions. But that's very impressive still that they have so many. And every time a user wants to buy, sell, or even check data analysis, price analysis, or alarms to inform them of a buying or selling opportunity, they will need to use our Vmate app because VV is so incredibly secure. They cannot also implement all of these tools that are very, very helpful for VV users. So, in principle, we have a fully developed VV NFT alarm and analysis app, which was launched on the 5th of April of this year, so quite a long time ago. And this was 1 month before any fundraising was held. We had our
Mm-hmm.
private sale 1 month after we launched the app. And it was launched on Android and iOS. And we have around 11,000 users at the moment and growing by approximately 1,000 per week since the Komi VV partnership announcement. I'm sure it's probably bigger by now because I haven't checked in a while because it's been so busy with the Apple announcement, but I'm sure it's probably gone more. The app is currently free to use though. The reason
Okay.
why it's very popular is that it would increase the VV NFT trading efficiency by 400% through price alarms, low mint alarms, chart analysis, vault value tools, price tracking tools, and many more, which are constantly being rolled out. And the crucial aspect about this app is that after launch, VV users will be able to access the app only by holding either $100 in Vmate tokens
Mm-hmm.
or $200 in OMI tokens, with a potential pool of 700,000 VV users who will hold the Vmate token long term and never trade it because of its utility. So the idea behind this is that we will have a lot of people who acquire the Vmate token and never trade it. They just hold it because of the utility of it. And that will create unprecedented stability in the project. And the second phase is a holistic NFT platform that will encompass an informational module, so kind of like CoinMarketCap, which will condense all the major blockchain data in one place. And then it will also have an analysis module similar to TradingView and an NFT marketplace, which is a large volume fractional NFT exchange. All of the aforementioned will also have an automated educational assistant, which will serve to help the crypto or new users to learn about NFTs. But the most important thing is that this would take place after these users have been eased into the market by the large volume fractional trading, NFT trading rather, which enables them to enter the market without learning a single new skill. So if you're a crypto user, you can get into the trading of the NFTs by trading the same way you do in any crypto. token. NFT creators will be able to fractionalize their NFTs into hundreds of millions of fractions by locking an NFT collection or a single NFT into a vault and listing these fractions on our exchange. And then obviously users will start flocking to a newly launched project because based on the type of ecosystem that the NFT creator will choose, they will be able to redeem NFTs from the vault in exchange for a certain amount of the tokens that they bought.
That's
That are
cool.
yeah. Generally, it's the number of tokens has to be proportional to the NFT fractions, if that makes sense.
All right.
And there's another crucial aspect about this. So the majority of the tokens used for redemption will be burned, and the liquidity remains in the project.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, this will create unprecedented demand as well as stability in a project. Um, Besides the incredible exposure the NFT creator gets through this means, because obviously a lot more people are going to hear about him or her. And, their names are going to propagate through the industry. The implications of this are that NFTs will no longer have subjective value. I'm sure most of you have heard about a person who bought an NFT for millions of dollars recently, and when
Oh
they
yeah.
tried to sell it, they couldn't get any more than $30,000
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. I've heard this story.
yeah, the reason this happens is because art is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody decides how much art is worth for them, and there has to be a consensus. But it's difficult for you to know what everybody else thinks. But in this case, you will have a way to actually gauge that because based on the response that the fractionalized NFTs get, you can then use that as a means to ascertain whether this NFT is worth your time or not. So the value will actually be determined by the open market rather than by people, doing that. And another very important aspect, and I'm going to talk numbers right now, is that this opens the door to not only 7 million NFT users that are in the market active at the moment, but you also have 300 million crypto users that haven't been able to get in very easily because it's so difficult for them to learn about NFTs. It's a completely new thing for them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are able to trade as they would normal crypto, they have an incentive to enter this market and stay here and then start learning bit by bit about NFTs. So imagine if you have 300 million people being able to join a market of 7 million, and we are the only place where this can happen. It's gonna blow the door wide open to a completely new type of crypto exchange slash marketplace where you can also trade fractionalized NFTs like you trade normal crypto tokens, and you can also trade in NFTs, regular NFTs. Now, to tell you a bit about what sort of numbers this can generate, because the way we planned it, the way I planned this, is to have a traditional revenue model. So it's going to be like a normal business, where the project will generate funds through a 2% marketplace transaction fee for NFT sales and a 0.15% transaction fee for tokens, purchases and sales of tokens.
Okay.
Now, to give you a bit of context about what this could mean in numbers, last year OpenSea was able to make $14 billion in revenue with only 500,000 users.
Oh
So
wow.
imagine if 500,000 users were able to generate that much with a 2.5% marketplace transaction fee. Imagine what we can do with a potential pool of 307 million users. Obviously, not
Yeah.
all of them are going to come on board, but just a small fraction of that will mean incredible amounts of revenue that the company could generate.
That's really interesting, like information. Like, thanks for sharing.
My
I
pleasure.
mean, like, yeah, because there are so many projects like globally running, and you never get like a really like really good details like what they're doing. But whatever you said now, like, is I think it's gives like a real sense of how the project is gonna be working for the results, not just for being as a project.
Yeah,
And you have a really strong vision how everything should be developing and working. So thank you again for sharing about this. Right. But okay, can you like the next question is maybe you already answered in this in some ways, but can you like because the crypto projects like there are so many and they offering some kind of a solution for like to solve some problems. So how Vmate is standing out from others on this level?
Well, first of all, I think the main way that it stands out is that we are an entirely original project. So, what we have done, the vision that we've developed, we sought it to be completely different from anything else that is on the market in that sense. So, we didn't just marginally improve on a previous idea because most projects are like that. What we wanted to do is completely innovate from the ground up and create something completely new. And because we're looking to disrupt the crypto market through becoming the only possible place where you can cross over into the NFT world as a crypto user without learning anything new, I believe that's what makes us stand out completely from all of the other projects on the market at the moment.
Okay, okay, that's interesting. Right. And the next question is, what are the major milestones this project has achieved so far?
We have quite a few, so I'll try to keep it as brief as possible, so I don't, give too many details like I did
Yeah,
earlier, because I know it's a lot of information for people to take
yep,
in
yep,
one
that's true.
single AMA. But up to date, we have obviously managed to list on DEX and on two top 10 centralized exchanges, one of them being obviously Gate, and yeah, which is a pretty big achievement in it of itself. And As mentioned earlier, the project has been financed by me, and we also built the product. We built the app, the first stage app, before any fundraising was held. So it was built before we even promised anything. I wanted to have the product ready before doing that. And now I will provide some important milestones that we've achieved. We launched our app called Vmate. It's available on iOS and Android, and this was before raising any funds. We have a real and very solid partnership with Ecomi, which is the parent company of Vivi, a multi-billion-dollar crypto project and company as well. We have a flawless Certic audit. So if you review our Certic audit, you'll see that there are absolutely no issues. Everything has been fully mitigated and addressed. Um, we had a successful private sale and a successful pre-sale, raising a very sizable amount during the bear market, which we got very high praise for that because given the conditions, we were able to raise 2,600 BNBs in this market, which is pretty good. Our ATH was around 4.5 times at the launch on PancakeSwap. Like I said earlier, we have listed on two top tier centralized exchanges in 6 days. Um, we had a lot of volume on these trading, so there was a lot of interest, obviously. We also have a very powerful community of over 8,000 members in total. And we anticipate more will join our channels as soon as they find out about us, of course. And we also have two domestic national groups with over 2,000 members in total. And we are looking to open several more in other countries as well. Um, for me, it was very important to actually not have bots on the channels. That's why we only focused on exclusively
Real
100%
people.
organic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all real people.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like right now, I just realizing that because whenever you're saying that you just the one who's you are the main investor in that project, I think that says a lot in the way that you didn't kind of go and ask for money. Can you invest into that? Can you do this? And you're the one who's believing in the project and it's in your own interest to make everything working as it should be working. Otherwise, if you're losing other investors money, that's like maybe okay guys, it didn't work. But right now, as any of us, like when we're trading and doing any trading activities, we invest in our own money and we don't want to lose them. So in that way, it's really cool that you're the one who's actually uh, really interested in the overall growth. Great. Okay, so the next question is, we're gonna just talk about this year, about like the bearish vibes, any other global world events like which we faced in this year, and who knows what we're gonna face the next 2 months. But in how did they affect the project, like in some ways?
So the global trends, the only thing it did, I think, it was affected the confidence of users. In essence, we would have obviously had a lot more, been able to raise a lot more had we not been in this economic climate at the moment. And that has had an effect on it. Plus, not just on us, but also on the potential pool of users we could attract in the phase one app. That's not to say that we won't attract anybody. We have loads already, and we will attract a lot more people. But it could have been a lot bigger. So obviously, uh, the way the current environment has affected us was one, the confidence is very low, and it's the same all over the market. And as a consequence, the volumes and the sums and the number of people in the project is also lower than it could have been, obviously, under better circumstances. But that is still, we still managed to achieve a very impressive and healthy amount, because the project is currently there and it's stable at the moment, and we are working very hard to keep it that way through our utility of the through the utility of the token.
Okay, that's good, good. Right. So we now heard about the VMate project, what it stands for, what are the key goals, and how it's been sponsored, like by who and how, like, and what's the vision. Um, can we just move to the team now? So can you please tell us more about the team who stands behind the scene, like the scene in general?
Yes, we have a pretty big team. Like I said, you'll find most of the team members on the website. We have a lot of very experienced people in the blockchain development world, in the crypto world, advisories, marketing, and things like that. We have about 32 development staff, plus 15 subcontractors, again in development. This is all development, by the way.
Mhm.
We have about 15 members in the marketing team, and we have 8 members in the management team at the moment.
All right. So, how do you think the team engaged within the project?
All of them have been absolutely amazing. We came together, we delivered an absolutely amazing product, and we are obviously working on delivering in going forward. But I have to say that everybody has been extremely dedicated, very knowledgeable. They all knew what they were doing. We worked like a well-oiled machine, throughout the whole process, and obviously the results speak for themselves. This is what we've managed to achieve.
All right, great. Um, so maybe that information is gonna be really interested for people who's watching us now. Are there somehow people can join your team?
At the moment, we are not looking to expand the team, but we will be looking at expanding it in May. And in May, they might be able to, get a position here. It will be in the development department, design, and also in the community engagement department. Also, so we will be in May of next year. That's when we will be expanding the team significantly.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, in case if people would like to join you in May, like what the potential candidates, like what qualities that should have?
First of all, they need to understand the vision and believe in it. That's the main thing. And once they join, we're all like a big family in essence. We all, everybody has to believe in the project. So if you do not believe in it, then I don't think this is the place for you. Because if you do not believe in the project itself, then you will not perform as well as you could. And it's actually one of the main criteria for us that you treat it as though it were your own project.
Okay. Also, do you have any internship programs, like maybe people who just would like to try, at least not just to work for you, but at least to taste a little bit what is actually working within the crypto project?
So
Is like,
I guess you could say we had something similar, and we have something similar like that. We've had members of our community who were so dedicated and so involved with us that actually we actually made some of them moderators on some of our channels as well, simply because of how dedicated and involved, and they took ownership, and they felt that this project is also their own. So we are having plans to implement a sort of an internship soon, and we will roll it out, I think, sometime in February or March, which should allow people to get a taste of what it is like to work within VMate.
all right, that's amazing. I think now people who are watching us heard about that, guys. In May, there might be a possibility to join as one of the team members to VMate projects, but also there are going to be a possibilities to join as an internship. And I think all the vital updates about how and when and where you can join, you just go to the VMate website or just track the social media pages. And now, like, that's the question: how many social media like presence do you have, like, in general?
So we are on Telegram. We have an international channel and two domestic channels. We are on Discord, Medium, Instagram, on Facebook, obviously, Twitter as well. Twitter is quite big for us. LinkedIn. So there are quite a few links to all of our socials in the footer on our website, as well as you've shown. So yeah, we are active throughout all of these platforms and post regularly, and we try to hold regular updates for our community to inform them of what's going on.
Great. Are you planning to do any giveaways soon?
So what we plan to do is, the main thrust of the project right now is to work and roll out the utility of the project. And like I said, Apple has pushed that a little bit. We had everything ready, all the banners and everything was ready to roll out, and then because they've changed those guidelines exactly on the same day when we launched, it just pushed back the plans, and as a consequence, we've had to push it back a little bit. Once we roll it out, which is going to be in the next few weeks, several weeks, we will hold a giveaway then to obviously increase the exposure as much as possible for the utility of the token.
All right, that's really interesting. So get your hand on pulse, guys, like, and yeah, follow the channels. All right. And other question, another one is, it's pretty interesting for me, like, because like in the way, like every one of us, like just doing some projects in general, but are you in contact with other crypto project leaders? Do you cooperate? Do you have like sessions together, something like that? Can you tell us more about it?
Yes, actually. So the main just yesterday, I was conversing via email with um, Reese from Ecomi, he's in the management of Ecomi. Ecomi being our main partner, and we talk all the time. They are an amazing people. I know that they are also listed on Gate, by the way. Omi is also listed here, and they not only they have and had an amazing idea and an amazing project with a very successful company, but they are also some of the nicest people I've ever met. And I've been in business for a long time, and that says a lot. You don't meet very nice people in business generally, but with them, I have to say, hands down, they're some of the nicest and most generous and kind people we've met. Because first of all, we were a very small project, and they gave us a chance. So I guess that says everything about them. Obviously, we also had to do something, and we had to be serious about it. But they were also open to speaking to us, which says a great deal about their character, their moral character, and ethical character as well. So Ecomi is one of the projects that we're speaking with. There are others we are speaking with at the moment that are larger, but we prefer to keep that, we cannot discuss it publicly, as you well know, because of contractual clauses.
All right, all right, fair enough. But I think it's great when people are still people, and we all can communicate and collaborate with each other and share some ideas, because we aim in all just to get better life in
Great.
general. Right, and the last question for this session is: what are your expectations for 2023 ahead?
So the main thrust for 2023, I would say, is getting all the functionality rolled out, and start to get users on board and start attracting users. So the plan is to finish the stage two platform completely and start focusing 100% on attracting people to the platform, getting NFT creators on board and getting crypto traders on board to join, so we can create that sort of a bridge, make it functional, show that it's very attractive to people, and have them start using the platform.
Okay, great, great, great. All right, guys, that was our main part of the stream AMA session with Vmate project, and the leader of it, Andrei, who's the CEO of the whole project, a founder. Now I would like to move to the a bit like a fun part of our AMA session, where we're gonna get a bit more details about who's Andre is. Is he's like a real human, or like he's just like a really strict businessman? But we're gonna get an idea like what things he likes the most. So they're gonna be a 10 quick questions, and all what I need from Andre is to quickly give me an answer without thinking hard of what the answer should be. Are you ready to start?
I'm all ready to go. Yes, I'm a bit nervous, but
Okay.
ready to go.
Yes, there are gonna be some tricky questions, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So, question number one: iOS or Android?
Android for me, always.
I know why Android now. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay. So, next one: what's your favorite month?
May.
Who's your hero?
Um, Personal or
Just overall, like whoever is on
i-
your mind. Like,
if I were to choose a superhero, for example, is Superman is my guy.
go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. What dish do you cook the best?
I'm really poor at cooking ramen, I would say.
Okay, ramen. All right. Old
Yeah.
school or new school vision?
A little bit of both.
Both. Okay. Salty or sweet?
Salty.
Learn by watching or learn by doing?
A little bit of both.
Okay, fair enough. What motivates you the most?
Well, this is complicated, but I would say striving for doing better always, creating
All right,
a better environment for everybody.
all right, all right. What is your guilty pleasure?
Sweets. I have a sweet tooth.
It's-
I eat them all the time.
I think it's not only your guilty pleasure. Okay,
Yeah,
and the last one, what do you prefer, fresh food or fried food?
fresh food.
Fresh food. All right, thank you, Andre. It was really great just to know details about the project, about the VMate, and also about who you are. Like, and now we know that you're a sweetie tooth person, right?
Thank you.
And meanwhile, the community who is watching us now, go to the Gate Live Twitter account. There is a giveaway, so you can. There gonna be 10 lucky winners who can share 500 US dollars in tokens equivalent. So feel free to take part. Simple conditions, and who knows, you might be the lucky one. And I think it's time to say goodbye to Andre and to the community. Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much, Andre, for
Thank
giving
you.
us again the information about what the VMate is all about. And I think these sessions are really important for everyone who want to be aware and understand more. Because my personal vision, whenever I deal with crypto, whenever I deal with blockchain, is first before you click in any buttons and like invest in anything, you need to understand
Yeah,
what the
agree.
main concept, what they offer and what they doing. And then you, and when you understanding, when you reading, when you like updating your knowledge, you understand way better how the things are operating, and that eliminates all the questions that might be, and all the like, let's say, some tricky moments which might happen, and whenever like the situation is rolling out in what direction. So yep, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Andrei, once again.
Thank you.
And I think it's, yeah, bye bye time to everybody. So bye bye.
Goodbye. It's been a pleasure.